Alright, what's up everyone? This is Rob from Kocosports.com, your home for all your combat sports news and where the internet goes to kick ass and where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Look at that. Nailed it. I guess I kind of ruined it by pointing out that I nailed it, but hey. I'm Rob, or Siduakal, Siduakal. I have my own gaming channel, but I think all of you who might be watching this know me already as one of the hosts from Kocosports. This is our Let's Play Total Extreme Wrestling 2013 playthrough. I do have something blocking the matches and everything. I've been a little bit sick, so I did go ahead and pre-schedule out the whole show, just because I haven't had time where I know I can consistently sit there comfortably and not need to go take care of anything or do anything, so sorry about that. I know a lot of people like the sitting through it and everything. I think it goes a little bit better though with Dave, since he's there to talk while I set things up. But yeah, we've got our match card all set up. I do have that blocking, so anyone who does not want to have this spoiled for them, you can go ahead and skip ahead. I'll put the timestamp down in the comments so that you have an exact time you can jump to. It'll also be in the description. And that's going to just be there so that no one who doesn't want to see spoilers has to see it. And I'll go ahead and explain for anyone who's new, though I strongly encourage you to start from the start of the whole series. This is basically a fantasy scenario where what if Kocosports won the lottery? We got $1 million and we decided, hey, we're going to start our own pro wrestling business, right? And we take Dave with his previous experience, we take Boom Boom, we take Cherry, and we take me, and we go, hey, what can we do? Can we make magic? And we book the kind of wrestling that we enjoy. Now, I'm a little bit more promo heavy than Dave, and I know some people have said that they want to see more promos, so we're hoping that House Show Wrestling helps fulfill that. This is a side show. It's not as big a deal. It's just me. It's not as big as the Monday Night Revolution, but it's House Show Wrestling. It's off one of the oldest people of the internet, Infantry. It's just way back in the day, which is awesome. Dave explains that, and I believe it's the episode before this, actually. But yeah, we're going to do this, and I'm going to go ahead and take down that thing now. So this is your last warning. We're taking down the spoiler blocker. So check the timestamps down there. Pause it now. It's coming down. Alright, so here's our card right here, guys. I wanted to go ahead, and we're running a storyline right now where Gamma's fighting his way up the ladder, and it just so happens the two people he's got to face next are Quehagas and Starman. But Quehagas has some plans, so I don't want to use Quehagas too much on Monday Night Revolution, so I'm going to go ahead and use him now. Get that ladder match out of the way. So we start off with a pinfall victory, the only way to win it, match inside of a cage with Gamma against Quehagas. And this is a brawl style match. So these guys are just going at it, right? And then as soon as that match ends, we're going to have Gamma grab a microphone and call out Starman. And point out that, he's going for the title. His one loss was a fluke, all that. And mind you, when I go through this, I already wrote some pretty detailed promos and everything, just so that it's more exciting for the people who are watching it through that way. So you guys are going to be able to see the more fleshed out versions of that as we go and everything. But after he does that little bit of promo, and you'll see I have all the promos set to 4 minutes. That's so that people can get more experience. 4 minutes is the time it takes for them to actually improve on their skills. So I'm willing to risk the ratings of House Show Wrestling in order to improve their skills so that they're better overall. The next segment we have is Sexy Star is making her way down to the ring for her Puro match against Mia Yim when she's assaulted during her entrance and attacked and beaten all the way down to the ring. She's going to start the match off visibly rocked, and it is a match that is fighting in Puro rules, so knockouts are a possibility. Mia Yim does have that match against Sexy Star. Following that promo, it just goes straight into it. I believe it's actually a 10-minute match with 2 minutes for entrances, because I haven't made custom matches. I'm doing custom angles. I'll do custom matches eventually. After that, Boom Boom comes on the mic. He's like, hey, we got a situation out back. Can we get a camera back there? And a cameraman makes his way back there, and we find Necro Butcher trying to get his cart full of weapons into the arena, and security telling him he can't bring it in, and he's starting to get irate. They're arguing, and at this point, Jerry O'Neill comes over to calm the situation and explains to Necro Butcher that he's going to give him his rematch against Willie Mack, but that he can't bring in any of the weapons. So they haggle, they argue a little bit, and then finally they agree. Necro Butcher comes inside, leaves his stuff with security. And then our next match is the third match of the night. That's a submission match inside of a cage. It's not a closed cage, it's just a four-sided cage. And that is Aaron Epic versus Brian Cage, or Cage from Lucha Underground. During this match, we are going to have an interference from Kenny King, but it's not going to actually affect the match. Brian Cage does still end up winning. After that, though, I'm pissed. The camera goes, we go backstage, we do a backstage segment with me and all of the Street Rats, Sexy Star, Willie Mack, Cage, and Wuhan Nation, where we talk about how we're tired of them cheating. We call it the specific things they've done in that night, and we point out how Aaron Epic keeps blaming other people and keeps cheating. And I tell Kenny King that tonight I want him to face Wuhan Nation in a cage match, because, come on, it's Wuhan Nation. Wuhan Nation's my man. He is my machine in my stable. He will take anyone. But yeah, I do a long promo. That one's pretty written out. You'll see it when we're going through. And then after that, we have the knockout match inside of the cage. The only way to win is by knockout. And that's Willie Mack against Necro Butcher. And it's just a brawl match, just as Jerry calls it, an Irish-style match. Just two dudes just beating the crap out of each other. After the finish of their match, because it does end, well, if you're watching this part, you clearly are okay with spoilers. That part of the match does end with a little segment, with a double knockout. So Ivelisse, as she's coming out, they're being taken out, and she's coming down with a microphone and telling everyone that this week's just going to be a preview of what it's going to be like for the rest of the tournament, and warning Kana that she's coming after her belt next, and that she better be ready. So then we go into the elimination cage match. This is an elimination cage match, and this is Alpha Female, Amazing Kong. I originally wanted Leva Bates and Su Yim in this, and Alpha Female and Amazing Kong were going to have their own match, but that didn't quite pan out, because Leva Bates can't work tonight. So this was our audible. I just merged the matches, made it a fatal four-way. I wish I could have had Gail Kim in here, but she's over what I'm allowed to spend on this show per talent, so I can't have Gail Kim. However, we do have Alpha Female, Amazing Kong, Lufisto, and Ivelisse. Ivelisse is, let me make sure that I have it set. Alright, so Ivelisse is going to be the final elimination. Lufisto goes on to win, but as Alpha Female and Amazing Kong get eliminated, they start just brawling. They fight their way across the arena, all backstage, and one of the cameramen leaves to follow them during the match. After the match ends, we cut to that footage, and our commentary team actually does play-by-play and overlay of the footage of their brawl to the back, and eventually Alpha Female ends up coming out on top, just barely, but it's just this huge knockout fucking brawl all through the backstage, the arena. As soon as that's done, the ring's set up and ready to go again, and we cut back to Kenny King versus Wuhan Nation doing their entrances, and this match, they have to escape. Winner gets the NWA title. So this is, I should mark that in there, that it is the NWA title, which you'll notice Wuhan Nation does have 2 title defenses, so this will be his third. And let me go ahead and one sec. Make that say that. Alright, so that's the NWA title. Kenny King versus Wuhan Nation. And Wuhan Nation does end up coming out ahead. I was debating adding another segment after this, but I ended up deciding that I kind of just felt like it was good to go as it is. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I've got everything set up. I've checked it, I've squared it away. So I'm going to go ahead and put the overlay up. That way if anyone jumps in now, they don't see any spoilers early. And we're going to go ahead and jump to this next segment. So here we go. We're going to run the show. Alright, I'm bringing this down. This is the start of the show. Gamma versus Quehagas. This match is supposed to warm up the crowd. There's not any heat for it. Truth Martini did good work ringside for Quehagas because Truth Martini doesn't go home. It was a 9-minute and 30 match. It was bad, had no heat, got a 24 rating. It's not great. Alright, they both held back. Why did they hold back? I don't know why they held back. I guess, I don't know why they held back, actually. I'll have to find that out. If anyone knows why they held back, I would love to know. We could see the road agent notes. It was scripted. I told him to go all out. And I told him to finish and who was the winner. And that was it. So I don't know. We got a shit ton of penalties, though. Yeah, they didn't do great. 24, though, were really small fed. I guess that's okay. Because it's still higher than our popularity by a good margin. Quehagas is not going to be getting Denny. Or Gamma's not going to be getting Denny. So here's the promo. Following his victory over Quehagas, Gamma demands a microphone and warns Starman that he's coming for him next on his climb up the ladder, and lets the crowd know that last week's loss was a fluke and that he's going to be champion before he drops the microphone and walks out of the back. And he did get penalized for language problems, which kind of sucks. He doesn't speak great English. I don't know if that improves over time. I kind of am leaning toward if I'm gonna look into it, and if it doesn't improve over time, what I'm most likely gonna do is end up giving him like a few $1,000 bonus and being like, all right, he's taking English classes, and then in a month giving him the improving his English skills, because it's kind of silly if it doesn't improve. Next we had Sexy Star and Mia Yim, and Sexy Star starts to make her entrance down to the ring, and Mia Yim ambushes her from behind, hits her with a chair. You could tell Sexy Star's rocked, that she's a little bit wobbly on her feet. Every time she starts to get up, Mia Yim just kicks her again and sends her rolling down the ramp toward the ring. They fight. I don't even want to say fight. She kicks her well down into the ring, and after that, their match starts. Sexy Star didn't do well off script. Also, none of my promos are scripted on this show. Fair heads up. So they were both penalized for their gimmick, and Sexy Star didn't do great improvising, but Mia Yim did. Overall, not a fantastic promo, but not awful. Their match got a 35 though, which is pretty solid. It was a puro resu. I don't know how to say the full word because I always just say puro. I think it's puro resu. Yeah, whatever. It's a puro match. It went to 9 minutes and 32 when Mia Yim scored the knockout over Sexy Star. Alright, the match went too long given who was involved. I'm pretty sure that means that it's just because of their pushes, which means they don't want to see an enhancement talent go that long. Yeah, see, pushes involved. So yeah, it's the enhancement talent was the problem, like I thought. So she's still really low on the ladder. I'm trying to get her worked up, but I gotta have her start winning over people. But if I would have put her over Mia Yim, they would have lost their shit, because Mia Yim's just way more popular right now in our company. Alright, the next segment is Necro Butcher Backstage. And I'll just go ahead and read this. It's got 26, it's not bad. Necro Butcher didn't do well without the script to follow. Alright, so Boom Boom comes over the microphone. He stops commentary after the match. He's like, hang on, folks. Sounds like we got something happening backstage. He asks if we can get a cameraman back there. Then we go to a cameraman who's just running his way into the backstage. He finally gets there. You can hear him breathing a little heavy as he aims the camera. And Necro Butcher's just screaming at these guys that he wants to take his cart full of weapons into the arena, and the security guys are telling him he can't. Finally, after a few minutes, Jerry O'Neill comes up and he calms him down and explains to him that he's going to give him his rematch against Willie Mack, and that it's going to be a knockout cage match, but that means no weapons, just fist and violence, the Irish way. After a few failed attempts for Necro Butcher to haggle to get Jerry to let him bring in like a bat or, maybe a little bit of barbed wire, he finally gives in and just comes into the arena and leaves his cart with the security team. So Necro Butcher didn't do great without a script. He also has a drug addiction, so that hurt, and their gimmicks hurt. So yeah, 26, not great. Next, we had an extremely poor match where Brian Cage defeated Aaron Epic. Now, the dilemma with this is Aaron Epic sucks at every kind of match. He's like, no offense to Aaron Epic, in this game, your stats are not great for most matches. It seems like I haven't had you put on a good match yet. I don't even know if you can. I'm starting to wonder. I decided to try a technical match this time because Cage has decent technical skills, and I wanted to see. I guess now we know. It was a 25. Kenny King did interfere in the match, but it didn't actually affect the victory. Brian Cage still made Aaron Cage tap out at 9 minutes and 54 seconds. Mia Yim did good work ringside for Aaron Epic. The announcing quality lifted the match. The match lifted the crowd, so that's really, really good. Alright, yeah. Alright, so they didn't do great going all out, and they also held back. Why'd you hold back, though? There was no reason to hold back. I guess the scripting? Alright, Denny's. Just barely we get Denny's. So, the Street Rats are all getting Denny's tonight. Haha, Dave, I hope you're excited to buy all these Denny's meals. Anyhow, we come out, we do a promo backstage after that match. It's back there. I'm standing there with the microphone ready and the rest of the Street Rats with me. Cage obviously shows up during it. And I just start telling them every night, here it is. Every night it's the same story with House of Truth lying, cheating. And then I put my arm around the wounded Sexy Star, pointing out how Mia Yim cheated, how Mia Yim had to attack her with the chair. And then I point out that the whole feud for Sexy Star all started when Aaron Epic turned on her following a mixed tag match and blamed her rather than accept his own flaws on the fact that he wasn't good enough to win. And then I point toward Cage, questioning why Aaron Epic, again, couldn't just accept that he wasn't good enough to win. And then that brings me to Kenny King and his interference in the match. And I just rip into Kenny King. I call him a coward, and I tell him he's not ready to face a real competitor. And then I challenge him to face Uha Nation in a cage match for the title at the end of the night. What did we get for this? Alright, I was penalized for smoking pot because Jay Lethal made me a drug addict. Thanks, Jay Lethal. Alright, so this match sucked for them, which is kind of disappointing. Oh, no. Oh. Alright, so we're ignoring this. This is bullshit because I specifically put that it's a draw that ends with a double knockout. So no, Willie Mack did not defeat Necro Butcher. It was a draw that ended a fucking knockout. You lying piece of shit. It was a draw. It ended in a double knockout. Just so we're clear. Yeah, Necro Butcher's getting a little old. He does drugs. And both of them had stamina problems because they go all out. So, and it's high intensity and all that. Alright, so next. Also, yes, this did take place in the Denton Elementary School because I forgot to change the venue. So we went to an elementary school in Maryland to do this. Yeah. Alright, so anyhow, Ivelisse earns her Denny's as Necro Butcher and Willie Mack are being helped backstage in the background. She makes her way down to the ring with a microphone in hand and tells the crowd the whole way down just what she's there to do, and that's show the world why she's the baddest bitch in the business. And she lets Kana know that she's coming for a belt as soon as she's done with the tournament, and to take tonight as a preview of what she's capable of. She enjoyed going off script. Yeah, it didn't take any penalties, so 41. Yeah, it's pretty solid. That's sort of how you know that's kind of where we're getting hard capped as a company, like 41 with no penalties, and she has decent mic skills. So yeah, 41, solid. She gets Denny's. Nice. So 41 on their match also. That's really good. I was worried about Alpha Female and Amazing Kong kind of screwing this. But I was right, and they can do okay in brawl matches. Alpha Female and Ivelisse were off their game in the match tonight, and that does hurt it. Lufisto defeated everyone at 14:42. We're ignoring the elimination order because I can't set the elimination order, so we're ignoring this. This is what really happened. Alpha Female eliminated Amazing Kong, and then was eliminated by Ivelisse. Ivelisse and Lufisto continued to have their match in ring, while Alpha Female and Amazing Kong brawled outside of the ring. Cameraman followed their brawl, and you see them going off into the backstage, brawling through the crowd into the backstage area, while these two continued their match. It's like a preview of what's going to happen next week when they go one-on-one. And it got a 41. What were our downsides? Yeah. Alright, so yeah, there were inconsistency problems out the ass in this match. Everyone was inconsistent. This match actually could have been better if they weren't also inconsistent and holding back. I'm not sure why they held back. I think it's the scripting, but who knows. Alright, so this segment got a 50. Alpha Female and Amazing Kong's brawl in the back got a 50. And this is the Alpha Rage storyline. It's improving, so following their eliminations, Alpha Female and Amazing Kong continue to brawl outside of the ring and fight their way through the crowd into the back. Once the match is completed, the cameras cut to the recorded footage of the brawl, and our commentary team just goes over it, calls out all the action. They brawl through the whole backstage. They brawl from the ring, through the crowd, into the backstage area, all through the backstage area, before finally Alpha Female edges out the victory and seems to come out ahead before it's broken apart. And that got a 50, so they're both getting Denny's. Alright, and then Uha Nation versus Kenny King got a 44. And this was a cage match. This had good crowd and some decent in-ring action. Uha Nation defeated Kenny King in 20 minutes when Uha escaped the cage, and that's his third title defense. The bout dragged in the middle of the match, with lack of flow being noticeable. Okay, so yeah, I made it go too long. They don't have the psychology to have a 20-minute match, really. I probably should have made it 15, and I would have got a higher rating. But that is our last match for the show. Our overall show rating was 43. We got penalized for using Sexy Star too much in the show, because I had her. She was in an angle before her match, and then she was in a promo. So that was too many. Overall, though, I think we had a really, really good night. Our first half of the show was a little bit weak. I need to use pre-show to get the crowd warmed up and everything, I think. But our first half was a little weak. Our second half, though, we finished really strong. I mean, we went from getting all 20s and stuff with the 135 for their match to getting a bunch of 40s and a 50. So, all in all, really solid night. We did great. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, we're thinking about doing another spin-off show where we're going to, it would essentially be just me. And what we do is all the internet infantry, I would set you guys up with and explain how to tell me what you want your character to be. And you would each get your own character within the game. And it would be separate from this. We would be our own company. I would need faces, I would need heels, all that good stuff. And I would essentially be booking it with you guys as the pro wrestlers. So if you guys are interested in that, let us know down in the comments. So far we haven't heard a lot of feedback on it. We just pitched it the other day. We're hoping to get more feedback on it. I would like to do it, but only if we actually have a decent number of people who are interested in it. So if you're interested in this, let us know in the comment. And again, like, comment, and subscribe. That's going to be it for me. Don't forget to check out my channel if you guys like video game content. I play a lot of Let's Plays. I'm doing Far Cry 4 right now as my main thing I'm playing. So yeah, check out my channel too, Siduakal. I suck. It'll be in the description. Don't worry. And thank you again for watching. That's going to be it for us today. And thank you for watching House Show Wrestling. We'll see you guys next time.